He left home for a short winter drive. There were no warnings, no final messages. When his car slid off the road, the snow erased it completely. For 6 days, no one knew where he was. Most survival stories don't begin with danger. They begin with routine. This one started with a short drive on a winter afternoon, the kind of trip that barely registers as a memory. No sense of urgency, no special preparation, just a man heading home through a rural stretch of road he had driven many times before. Winter had already settled into the region. Snow covered the fields and trees, smoothing the landscape into quiet simplicity. The air felt heavy, muted, as if sound itself had been softened by the cold. The forecast had mentioned snow, nothing unusual, nothing that suggested danger. He dressed warmly, started the car, and drove off. There were no dramatic signs, no warning sirens, no last phone calls. Just tires rolling over pavement, a heater blowing warm air, and the steady rhythm of the road passing beneath him. By nightfall, everything would change.
The drive was supposed to be short, a familiar route, one he had taken many times before. Winter had already settled into the region, but that day felt ordinary. The sky was heavy with clouds, the kind that dulls sound and flattens color. Snow had been falling lightly since morning, not enough to cause concern, just enough to remind drivers to slow down and stay alert. The road stretched ahead in long, quiet curves. On either side, trees stood coated in white, their branches bending slightly under the weight. There were no other cars in sight. In places like this, traffic came in waves, a few vehicles, then long stretches of nothing at all. As he drove, the snow thickened, not suddenly, but gradually, almost politely. Visibility shortened a little at a time. The horizon faded first, then the distant tree line, until everything beyond the headlights felt far away and unreal. He adjusted his speed, gripped the steering wheel more firmly. The heater hummed softly, filling the cabin with dry warmth. At one bend in the road, the tires slid just enough for him to notice. Not a skid, just a reminder. He corrected gently and continued on, telling himself he'd be home soon. The weather forecast hadn't warned of anything severe. No blizzard alerts, no road closures, just another winter drive. But storms don't always arrive loudly. Wind picked up. Snow began to move sideways now, streaking across the windshield in pale lines. The sound changed, no longer a soft tapping, but a steady hiss. The road markings became harder to see, faint gray lines fading into white. He slowed again. The world outside the car narrowed. Headlights reflected back off the falling snow, creating a tunnel effect. Everything beyond that tunnel disappeared. Then came the moment. A slight curve, a patch of ice hidden beneath fresh powder. The steering wheel felt suddenly loose in his hands. The car drifted. Not violently, not dramatically, just enough. The front tires lost their grip first. He tried to correct, but the response came too late. The vehicle slid sideways, the motion smooth and quiet, as if the road had simply let go. The guardrail never appeared. Instead, the car slipped off the edge of the roadway and down into a shallow ditch, cushioned by snow and trees. The impact was dull, muted, almost gentle. And then, nothing. The engine stalled. Snow fell. The world went silent. For a moment, he just sat there, hands still on the wheel, breathing slowly, listening for something. Another car, voices, wind, anything. There was nothing. Above him, the road continued on, invisible through the snow. From up there, the car couldn't be seen at all. No broken branches, no skid marks, just smooth, untouched white. He tried the door. It wouldn't open. Snow pressed against it from the outside, packed tight by the fall. The car had become a sealed pocket in the landscape, hidden from the world that was still moving somewhere above. That was when the first realization crept in. He wasn't just off the road, he was completely out of sight.